As we return to our studies in Nehemiah, today we reflect on chapter 5. We've already seen that the book of Nehemiah is concerned with the burden of one man to see the glory of God once again established in the midst of his people. But no amount of activity for the Lord can establish his glory if his people themselves are a poor testimony. And this is the important lesson of the present chapter. The chapter begins by describing the division between various members of God's people. We see that in verses 1 to 5. Wisely, Nehemiah realized that this was a bad testimony before the surrounding, unbelieving and hostile world. In addition to this, some people were, through poverty, in danger of having to abandon the community of God's people. A people whose conduct is likely to drive some of its members away and to lead to unbelievers ridiculing its hypocrisy is hardly likely to display God's glory to a needy world. Strong walls would be no antidote to such conduct. In particular, we note then that there was tension among the members of God's people themselves. While all were acting within their rights, some were more concerned with those rights than the care and well-being of their fellows. In modern terms, the lesson is that the church is no place for people to demand their rights. Those who've received mercy and grace should show the same attitude to others. In fact, Nehemiah quickly recognized that the attitudes of the people and even himself had been wrong and sinful. Look especially at verses 14 to 17. Painful steps were immediately taken to put the matter right. Moreover, Nehemiah showed by his own example what was expected of others. We who have a greater example than Nehemiah in the Lord Jesus can surely do no less. The result of obedience is also thus described in the chapter. The people experienced joy in doing the right thing at last, and the harmony and cooperation which they enjoyed led to the victory that is described in chapter 6. But that is for our next study.